Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines in our beautiful city. In the previous episode I said I wanted to fix a couple of things, but I think I'm not motivated for that, which is one of the reasons I put off the episodes for a little bit. The other reason is I do thoroughly enjoy playing Oxygen Not Included, and I've always been playing what I really like on the channel. However, City Skylines is kind of safe. Just sometimes I will have to wait for a week or maybe even two in order to get back into the mood. And today I've actually seen something and I really regret that I've seen it, but there you go, I can't undo it. Imperator made a racetrack. I've not seen the video itself, but I've seen the thumbnail and now I can't get it out of my head anymore. So this is absolutely gonna be inspired by his video, Imperator building a racetrack. I've seen the thumbnail and I can't undo it. I have to do something similar. But sure, I'm gonna try to give it my own touch, just I wanted to get this out of the way. Now, I thought this little piece right here is the perfect spot to set up a racetrack. We have plenty of space and we should be able to play around with things a little bit. Now, in terms of roads we want to use, this might actually be the perfect size here, like a 3-lane highway. Obviously, people are not going to race with each other really on our tracks, but yeah, what you're going to do. So we are going to take the normal highway here in order to simulate the racetrack. Now I wonder, could I do this with the free form road? This might even be better. Another question is, where are we going to have our straight with all the... Oh, I don't know the English vocabulary for all the racetrack stuff. Holy cow, how could I forget this? Oh man, this wouldn't have let me go. The pit, of course, it's a pit stop. That's what I wanted. Now I totally forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, the straight. We want a straight where we have our pit stop and everything. Is this here gonna be long enough? Hold on. We also want some parking spaces. Let me give this a little more space. So this is gonna be our straight right here. And now we can swap to the freeform tool and hopefully do a couple of great things about this racetrack. Now I'm gonna have to look a little bit at reference images from real racetracks so I do something that is more or less realistic. We will also need a way to get in and out of the pit stop. Actually, let's maybe make a different road out of this. I could take 5 lanes. Sure, why not? And let's actually do 5 lanes with a barrier. I think in the straight they have a barrier because there are also a lot of people watching there. You know, something like that. So we have all of these barriers and then maybe a whole bunch of people could be watching here from an auditorium. What's up with my English vocabulary today? You know, people are gonna watch from where people usually watch from. I'm gonna make this curve a little less extreme, so it's gonna be more convenient to actually get on there. I'm gonna go out just a little bit and then take our first more extreme curve, like almost a 180 here. We go slightly forth and back again before we go into another straight, like so. And then we're gonna take a little detour into this direction. Now let's see. I still have to get used to the freeform tool. Take a curve like so. And then I want to see a pretty cozy right turn. And right here I would like to see a very long curve so they can go really quickly. Actually, I could change the speed with the traffic manager mod. Oh, that might be amazing. Go ahead and turn around at this point again. I'm not so sure about the shapes of this. Well, actually, looking from above, I think it's coming along. So we move down and up and down again. How to get there now? I think I want to take a little detour first. Do that, and then can we... Yes, okay. That was now really convenient with the freeform tool, I have to admit. Now, looking at some images of racetracks, I think what we are missing is really narrow curves. Like right here, I think we could or might be able to do this better. So if I just do that and let's see, maybe that. Something like that is missing. And then we can go straight to here and go... No, that's too extreme, but we could do that. No, actually that is like really dangerous. Let's not do that. Let's try this again. Come on, give me something good. Give me... Yes, thank you. Now let's use the Move It mod and adjust a couple of things. Like I want these curves to look a little bit more glorious and difficult. Alright, I'm now more or less happy about the shapes. It's all going into one direction. So maybe let's take care of a little bit of detailing here. It's also going up and down, and also what I don't like is all these street lamps. I mean, those would be really dangerous. Maybe we find a better road. I mean, 4 lanes are just crappy. All that doesn't work. I need a 1-way lane, and the only possibility here would be the 6-lane road. But holy cow, this is like a really big road. And it also comes with all the crap attached. So let's go back to the highway. The next thing I want to add is a way to actually get inside of the track. So we're just going to have a little bridge here. I think that is legitimate. This bridge is going to be going down and of course joining up with the road down below. We are then going to add a whole bunch of parking spaces. Let's do a lot of them. Go down and move over, and we're gonna fill all of this up with parking spaces. Now, how much space do they require again? Yeah, I have to admit they don't use up a lot of space, so I think what I want to do is something different for this part, and then we're gonna start the parking right here. I mean, a lot of people will want to visit this area. Let's add another road here. Yeah, okay, this way we have a little bit of space for decorations between the parking spaces as well, or maybe a pathway. Anyways, a bunch more parking spots, and then we have the space for a couple more buildings, maybe even a fire station or any other public service. Now, actually, I will have to move this over slightly, because next to the racetrack, we should have the pit stop. So they will be going into the pit stop this way. The pit stop can probably just be a highway ramp, to be completely honest with you. Let's actually do that first. So that's gonna go right next to the track. Now, how the heck are we gonna get out of here? Road Anarchy is the answer, of course. Though this still seems a little bit dangerous. I have to move this down. The little curve like so. Okay, now this is already much more realistic. They can move into the pit stop right here, and then they should also be able to enter the lanes again. So maybe we'll have to upgrade this slightly. Let's make them enter here maybe, and then move like so. Okay, and we might want to make this more lanes. Or at least this one here could be a 5-lane. Let's also add 4 lanes here. Of course, it's 4 lanes, not 5. Okay, I'm looking at more reference images now, and it looks as though some of these tracks have an inside track that is smaller, maybe for kids, and also less exciting in shape. And then, of course, they have a whole bunch of space for the people to actually watch what's going on. Now, how the heck are we going to simulate this? I don't think I have anything in the game that would convincingly help me with this. Maybe let's take care of something else first, and that is another thing that I've seen in Imperator's little thumbnail, how we could do the outside of the track so the cars can move a little bit beyond them, giving it a more racetrack feel. So let's just go with the flow. The cars are gonna be coming out here, so I guess the first thing we want to do is set up a pathway like so. We can then move that really close to the road, and what we should be seeing, at least from far away, is this effect of an area in the curve the cars can utilize. Now, obviously, our problem is that we have all of these pathways with decorations, even if I choose no decorations. So we might actually revert back here to the simple soil pathway. I think that is the safer bet. Of course, we could also have installed a mod in order to remove the decorations, but I guess the dirt pathway is fine since I can create better effects with it. Just being cut off. Same thing right here. Okay, perfect. So now we just have to do this everywhere for where the cars would potentially get out. Geez, I might have to look at some more reference images. It's not gonna be easy. But you know, for us, it's not really about security. It's just about the illusion of creating a racetrack. Yeah, how about that? It actually kind of helps with the illusion there. And it's not even that hard to set up, at least with the Road Anarchy. Otherwise, of course, it would be horrible. Okay, maybe not every curve is as convenient as the other. One for you. And one for you. We're almost done. I totally forgot how many curves we have in this racetrack. You only realize things like this once you've already begun with a stupid idea that takes you forever. Okay, there we go. I think I did everything in the curves. What we now have to take care of is the areas that are a little bit dangerous. They are gonna need a little bit of space to make an accident, right? Let me see. Do we have tires? No. Let me check within the parks. We should have some props that we might be able to use as tires, or maybe a fence, I don't know. I have to admit, it's looking bad. Maybe we can do at least something with the floor. Can I? Hold on. Where is my... right there. Surface tool. We want to probably use some gravel. Let me actually see. I would like to use something different. We could go with ruined. Yeah, I think that is appropriate. And we want the brush size to be a little bit larger. Okay, that's great. So we're coming out here. This is the first dangerous curve. So I want to make sure we add a little bit of that. Though this is not giving me the effect I would like to have. Oh my gosh, this is so stupid. Let's go with gravel in this case. So we can at least combine these. I wonder, maybe we are just gonna use trees instead of tires, right? Or even better, maybe we actually limit it with a gravel pathway. So I can kind of decide this is the area that I want painted. And then hopefully it's supposed to look much better. Yeah, there we go. This is so much better. Okay, now I actually get a clear and nice area. And now I guess we want something similar for all of these areas that might potentially be dangerous. Then the same thing will probably happen here. And I don't know. I don't want to do it like everywhere. It might just be a tad too much if we do it everywhere. Let's do it maybe up to this point so we can take care of both of these curves. So the inside... Oh my gosh. So the inside of this area I want to paint as well. We're also going to do this area. And I guess... maybe a little something here could be good. Yeah, I guess you shouldn't hire me to secure your racetracks. And please, everyone who knows a lot about races and racetracks, don't get mad at me. But so far so good. Let's now maybe take care of where the people sit. They can sit here maybe as well. And then we are gonna need the inside track. Let's maybe do the inside track first. Well, to be honest, it's not really gonna be an inside track per se. All we want to do is turn around here. Though actually before we do that, we need to take care of the pits. I mean, people would be going through here and they would have to be able to enter the pit, right? Oh geez, what could we take as a pit stop? I have to think about this for a little bit. Hold on. Okay, I thought about this for a little bit. I think I have an idea how I want to do the pit stops. And I also added a bunch of billboards over here just to try out a few things and see what kind of props we have in terms of billboards. But let's do the pit stops first. What I want to get started with is just a whole bunch of roads leading up from the highway, and later on we're gonna convert them to highway ramps as well. So right there, all of you can become highway ramps. And then within the props, I found this carport. Oh, actually it's invisible at the moment, but this is how it looks like. And I think we might be able to use this as a pit stop here. So if I can get this straight, I would like to place it... how far back do we want it? Yeah, let's try this out and see how it's gonna look like. Though I kind of want to make sure I have them approximately on the same height, otherwise it's gonna look weird. Okay, actually not too shabby. They might be a little bit tiny. Actually, should we make this a 2-lane road? Let's see what that would look like if we just used a 2-lane highway. Maybe as of this point. Yeah, it does get a little bit thick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the 1 lane. However, right here, we might want to connect them. Now, let me see. I could do this, but it looks weird and doesn't count as connected anyways. So what if we did this with normal roads first? Like that. Okay, never mind. So instead, we're gonna do something like that and then connect them all up like so. This should now theoretically work out. Yes, okay. Okay, I have to admit it is a little bit finicky, but it's possible with Road Anarchy. Nice, okay, everything connected up successfully. That is actually great. Now, all of these roads have a different name. Could we maybe upgrade this to 2-lane highways? I think that will make more sense. Yeah, just upgrade everything, please. Thank you. Hold on, this actually works out much nicer if we upgrade everything to 2-lane highways, except for the pit road in the front. Yeah, look at this. Okay, this actually turned out much nicer than I anticipated. We can even move stuff around a little bit, but then we have to get rid of these names. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is just add another pit to each pit stop in order to make them double the size, so we can see them a little bit better from above. Good stuff. I actually like it. Now we can simply expand this here a little bit. Let me do this now. I want to grab a 2-lane road in order to get out of here. Then we're gonna take a 6-lane road and just do a little something. Quite less significant than the previous racetrack. It's just gonna be that easy one. Let me actually change this into a 2-way, so maybe the people can use it more conveniently. Turn around here and get into there, please. Thank you. We are then gonna expand the bridge over yonder, and this is the point where I would like to get down. I would like you to end up right there. Okay. And now please join up with this road. Okay. Maybe a little further away would do you good. Okay, great. That is good enough for me. Let's think about how we want to seat the people. We're definitely gonna need a bench of some sort. Let's see, trade school. This is not too bad here. The university bench. What we want to take is a nice pathway that doesn't have too much on it. And then I'm just going to place it all the way along the highway. Let's see, we want to move this over here and there. And then we can bring this up theoretically. No, page up and down aren't functioning as I would like them to. So I guess I can only do that, yeah, if it's already a bridge. Okay, that's going to make things a little more complicated, I would assume. Because I cannot place the benches on top of that. I would have to expand the terrain, and I wanted to use the roads or the pathways in order to do that. Alrighty, we are back, and I thought about this for a little bit. You can see I already made a little walking area slash park in the center. The rest is going to be a little more practical since, you know, this is not going to be a public space. At least on the inside of the track, it should be like more practical and maybe a forest here and there, but we're not gonna do too much. Anyways, this is how the place is gonna look like where the people can watch from, and we're now gonna do the same thing here on the other straight, so you can see how I did that. I actually chose the dirt pathway, and what I did first is I just dragged a little dirt road on the very floor, and then we wanna go up just one time, do a little something like that. I'm actually gonna bring this forward a little bit and move it down as much as I can. So this is gonna be the first level. And bring this down so the grass doesn't poke out. Yeah, that should be good. Now we're gonna take another dirt road and do the same exact thing. Oh, didn't mean to do that though. And then we wanna use the Move It mod in order to bring this approximately halfway over the previous pathway. And we also want to expand it a little bit so it goes outwards the higher up we go. We also want to raise this just until the railing of the other pathway disappears. And then I guess we just keep going like so. Gonna do probably 3 more. Let me actually see, how many did I do here? 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can do 6, no problem. So that would be number 5, looking good. And number 6, beautiful. We are then going to search for a wall. I think I was actually taking a castle wall there. And what I want to do with this is just drag the wall behind the seats. Gonna bring this all the way over here, overlapping it a little bit. And we're also gonna bring it fairly high up. This is actually also raising the terrain, which is gonna prove a little bit of a problem later on. There we go. Okay, that doesn't look too shabby. Then we want to continue this a little bit further. Let's move it over here so we don't accidentally delete anything. And we're going to do a little curve around here. Bring this all the way to here. And hold on, I cannot grab this anymore. There we go. I think we can just move this down. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of the terrain in just a second. But there we go. That is more or less acceptable. Let's do the same thing here on the other side. Want you to come over here and move down. We are gonna try to cover up the sides here just a little bit. Maybe I can find a configuration that doesn't cover the pathways. There we go. That's actually not too shabby. I also would like to see a bunch of bushes here in the front. There is one more thing missing here on the other side, and that is a whole bunch of billboards, I would say. So if we search for billboard random, then we should find a whole bunch of useful things. Like so. And then I think every other sound barrier panel, we're gonna have another advertisement. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. So far it has been a different advertisement every time, which is extremely convenient, I have to admit. Ah, we got a copy here. That's not good. You have to go. At least if they are directly next to each other, I think that doesn't look good. Alrighty, that's what I'm talking about. Not bad. You can go. Yeah, this actually pops out really nicely. I think I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So far, I just used a whole bunch of random billboards that I found. But I think it looks a little bit better if they have the same layout. I actually also used a bunch of logos. That is actually interesting. We should use more of the logos. I'm gonna try out a different type of billboard for this one. Just a little bit of a different format. Okay, they don't have quite as many of these billboards, but still looks good. In order to not really rush this, my suggestion would be to make 2 parts out of this racetrack. I also want to collect a couple of your ideas in order to finish this. So for the time being, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and decorate this part. Maybe we find something interesting to place here. Yeah, really not sure what I could do here. Okay, let me at least do this part right here. And also, do we want some services or zoning? Let me think about that one. Like a sports hall and gymnasium. I think that would do brilliantly here. Let me see. We can put this here in the corner. Why the heck not? Community pool could also be nearby. And then, yes, that's what I'm talking about. A yoga garden. Let's actually add an additional road. That is gonna go straight up to this point. Okay, maybe not quite as far. That is enough in order to add the yoga garden. Oh, I just love that. What else do we have? A sauna? I think they have enough stuff by now. Maybe let's fill up the rest with some shopping. Yes. Low density shopping. Actually, leave this bit free. Okay. I also want a fire watchtower right there, and another fire helicopter depot could be good. I mean, we can certainly use one, right? It's about time we got another one in the joint. Also gonna have my fire station here, and then we certainly also want some police somewhere, so I'm gonna add those guys right there. Education, school, I think public transport we're gonna take care of the next time. Actually, we haven't unpaused in this video yet. And for some reason this building doesn't count as attached anymore, which is super weird. This sometimes happens. I have to see. I mean, the trams are still going for it. I have to see once we reload what is actually going on. We are then going to zone even more commercial. Should be good. And let me maybe add a little park structure, a plaza. I mean, this doesn't fit here. It would fit here perfectly though. So maybe let's move that tower out of the way. That can go directly next to the fire station. And then we can fit the plaza right there. Okay, nice. And the rest here I actually want to fill up with trees. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Just a couple of different variants. Maybe some of you. Some of you. And then maybe a couple of bushes to wrap everything up. Should be fine. Okay then, let's make a 2-part episode out of this. Give me as many suggestions as you like how I could decorate this racetrack, and I'm gonna try to do as many of them as possible in the next episode. But until then, we still have to name a couple of things, and I shall do that right away. Dude, it seems like, oh man, we are having issues. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix a whole bunch of things. Anyways, what I meant to say is you gave me a whole bunch of suggestions for the park structure and also the city. So let's have a look at them. So these are the suggestions you gave me, and I really like the sweet spot, so that's what we're gonna take. Then, if I'm not mistaken, there was a zoo. Yeah, of course, our nice zoo here. Let's go ahead and name that too. These are your suggestions. Let me see, what do I like the most? Sweden is, of course, just as funny as Switzerland was. But let's go with something different. Twin Bears Zoo. I think that is actually fitting. I'm not 100% sure for what reason. Well, it's fitting because we have kind of a division of the park into 2 twins. Let's just call it that. And also we have 2 twin rocks that look like bears. Okay, the city we are gonna name another time. Actually, some people also said that they like the name Perfetto already. But yeah, I'm kind of undecided on that one. So for the time being, let's wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.